So we had 1,300 people registered today and at least 1,200 wandering around. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so if you go to this event by these guys from First Equity Title, this pink tie, you'll realize that that's like half of who shows up, right? You know, they have 2,500 people. They fill this place like 2 floors. But it's not just a business networking event. It gives back to the community. That's what makes these guys special, and I'm really glad they support us, as well as they support tons of folks across Long Island. So, Rich Cave, please welcome. Oh, sorry, Chad Lupinacci, Tanner Huntington supervisor, wherever he is. Chad, he's here with his St. Joe's students today, hanging with the crowd. Rich Cave, First Equity. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking Eric Alexander and the Vision Long Island Board for hosting this summit and for allowing me a few minutes to speak. I'd also like to recognize my fellow panelists and honorable guests for being here today. So when Eric mentioned that I'd be speaking at the luncheon, I had some trepidation. Other than the obvious of getting up and speaking in front of 1,300 people, how was I going to delve into a deep discussion about the new New York State Department of Financial Services pending Regulation 208, its effects on title insurance, our company specifically, and the real estate industry as a whole, all while still allowing you to enjoy your lunch? Well, thankfully, I'm not here to talk about title insurance, nor our company, First Equity, per se. Rather than speak about what we do, I'd like to speak about why we do it. In 2009, we had a tragic event hit our family, not unlike what so many families in this room and across Long Island have unfortunately experienced. We lost our aunt, my mom's youngest sister, to breast cancer at 49 years young. She had 6 children, none of which had even graduated high school yet. This all too common story of this hideous disease, which is disproportionately prevalent here on Long Island, taking another one of our mothers, daughters, wives, or sisters, really hit home and was the impetus behind what ultimately became known as the Pink Tie Organization, founded by my brother Mike in 2012. As extreme networkers, as we like to refer to ourselves, we initially set out to leverage our contacts in the real estate space to network for a cure. What transpired over the next 5 years can only be described as one of the most humbling, challenging, and yes, at times trying, but also the most fulfilling and enjoyable experiences of our lives. As primarily a fundraising organization that also helps shine a spotlight on some of Long Island's truly incredible 501c3 not-for-profit organizations, pinktie.org follows 3 basic tenets. Number 1, the money always stays where it's raised. For us, it would be unimaginable to ask hardworking Long Islanders, business owners, and volunteers to pledge their time and money just to see the funds leave Long Island. Our supporters have demanded that they see the direct impact on the local community, and we honor that request. Number 2, the money, 100% of it, goes directly to worthy Long Island-based 501c3 charitable organizations. Pink Tie does not have a single person on salary, does not spend a single dollar on any overhead or expenses associated with running the organization, and exists as an all-volunteer association committed to the Go-Giver movement. Finally, the third point, and this is where I feel we're disrupting the space a little bit, we encourage and frankly we expect to grow our business while giving back, and we don't apologize for it. I'd like to spend a few moments on this point because we feel it's a crucial element to the success of our organization going forward. In our opinion, you must be doing well in order to do good. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the tremendous efforts of our volunteers for their tireless work and undying dedication to the causes. They are doing good work, and without them, we would cease to exist. But I'm speaking specifically about fundraising and raising the kind of funds that can have a lasting impact, funds that are recurring in nature and can continue in perpetuity. For that kind of good, we need to be doing well. You know, I think back to growing up in Central Islip, and we weren't doing so well. Being charitable wasn't an option on our family's radar. We were receiving charity. And like so many families struggling to make it on Long Island, getting ourselves through days, weeks, and months was of paramount concern. It wasn't until we had a certain level of success and the financial wherewithal, the disposable income to give, that we were able to focus on these efforts. And it's for that reason we're so passionate about creating an environment in which commerce and charity can flourish and support one another. Setting expectations on engagement when it comes to networking for causes is something that we do in commerce, and we could do it in charity too. We want to change the conversation. Instead of talking about what we do for a living, we want to talk about why we do it. We don't claim to have invented this concept, but rather we are quite enthusiastic about the prospects of being able to introduce or reintroduce this in a new way throughout Long Island. In the 5 years, Pink Tie has raised millions of dollars. In the past 5 years, Pink Tie has raised millions of dollars for truly world-class not-for-profit organizations right here on Long Island, all while growing our business and giving back. We're also, and perhaps most importantly, shined a spotlight on some of these organizations and the great work that they do. Not coincidentally at all, in the same 5 years, our company, First Equity, has seen growth in excess of 500%, acquired 3 other companies in our industry, and been named fastest growing title insurance company in New York State 4 out of the last 5 years. And we're doing this today with the reality of knowing that we need to change that conversation in our industry. In closing, and as we head into 2018, our vision, Long Island, is to create a movement of conscious capitalism here on Long Island, one which questions where your charitable dollars are being spent and how they're affecting your bottom line. Won't you join us? Thank you very much.